time. It's a damn good time. It's a damn good time. Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a damn good time podcast.
Hit him with it.
Hitting you with it.
Back at it.
We're back in the studio. Back in the studs with my dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take another week off because of somebody.
Yeah. Fucking piece of shit. Had to hang out with your kids and stuff.
Yeah, do family vacation.
Fucking asshole.
What a loser.
Yeah. Tell them kids to shut the fuck up. You got podcasts to do, dude. You gotta get your priorities straight. Who wants to hang out with them fucking kids, dude?
And talk about it too. Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
But yeah, so we took last week off.
Yeah.
Because you went up to the old
Great Wolf Lodge, which I'm sure
GWL.
Sure, a lot of people know what it is. It's kind of like a Kalahari, if you've ever been to that too.
Yeah.
Indoor water park. They have outdoor stuff, but obviously it's not outdoor stuff time.
Right.
So, yeah, that was... kids loved the hell out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Kids loved the hell out of it. I took off work Friday. Woke up not feeling very well.
Yeah.
Got the sickness had hit me.
It's been going around.
Yeah, still feeling a little aftershock of it. You know, got the sinuses, got the stuff going on. Got a little bit of that cough. But
I wish you would have told me that before I sat next to you. Before we kissed when you walked in the door, dude. Come on, dude.
Look at there, I cough immediately because you start thinking about it. But no, it's been all good. But so I was dealing with that, just feeling a little icky.
Yeah,
nothing too bad. And I wasn't hacking too much. I wasn't coughing too much. It wasn't like I didn't feel like I just felt a little icky the whole time.
I feel like I had it before you did. I probably gave it to you, but it was no. It's nothing terrible. It's just
like a little
yeah.
My bones are hurting.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when your joints don't feel right, when your joints don't feel right, and maybe that's just old man shit, but
that's probably part of it. But when they don't feel right, even more than regular,
right? So I was feeling lucky. I mean, the kids loved it. Obviously they loved being in that pool. I hated it.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It's so nerve-wracking. I have so much anxiety. There's just so many kids running around.
Yeah.
You got a pool. You don't know, what's going on.
Yeah.
No offense, but that place is hillbilly as shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rednecks there.
And I know, and I'm sorry not to cut you off, but, one thing I noticed is, we're men. We're a little body conscious sometimes. We go in and out of diets and stuff.
Yeah.
If you ever feel bad about your body, just go there.
No, I mean 90% of the dudes are wearing a shirt.
Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like, I look better than him. Oh, I look better than him. Oh, I look better than him.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's just a bunch of big dudes, and then there was a couple dudes. I'm like, oh, that dude's buff. That dude's
he takes care of himself.
But it's mainly because I was scouting his wife. No, just kidding.
Hey, there's a good looking dude.
Where's your wife?
What's he fucking? Yeah. Where's she at?
But just in general, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's just how can we get more money out of you? And it's not a cheap trip either. If you do those trips, it's you gotta get we had the suite room because we had 6 of us adults and then 3 children.
Which when you break that down, that's not terrible.
No, but then you got to get.
But everybody needs a pass to the pool.
Passes for the pool, which are included in the package you buy that come with the room. But then it's time you break it all down, it's damn.
Yeah.
We could have rented a sweet ass Airbnb with an indoor pool.
Yeah. or gone to the fucking beach where that's free.
Yeah, he's flown down to the beach.
Yeah.
Maybe not that extent, but either way. But
yeah, we're speaking a little hyperbolic here, I'm sure, but
I just felt like, oh, that's just a lot.
Yeah,
just a lot to process. I remember it was Friday. We got there Friday pretty early. We got checked in, got to our room, like hung out. Obviously my kids being 3.5, they're just like, they see the room and they're like, the room's cool as hell, right?
Yeah.
It's got bunk beds with trees and like fun stuff. And like, they first get there, it's like the room's the most exciting thing they've ever been in, It's like, oh my God, this is awesome. Look at this room. And then, everybody else shows up and then we're like, all right, we're going down the pool. We get the pool and the kids are like, holy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And it wasn't so busy on Friday night.
Yeah.
Then Saturday came, we went and got breakfast, and the breakfast room had windows looking down into like the pool area. We could also see the doors where they let everybody in. The pool opens at 10. And I don't know how many people there were because I didn't go down there by the doors, but you could see down and there's just a wall of people behind the glass doors. Ray just burst in that place.
Yeah.
Just burst in right at 10 a.m. And I'm like, holy shit. Like,
they call them people the rope droppers.
Yeah.
As soon as that rope drops, let's flood the gates.
Yeah, there had to be probably people sitting there from 9 a.m., I'm guessing.
That sounds terrible.
Right, to be the first people in there to get the seats because it was all about getting your towels and getting your seats.
Yeah. You gotta find your little table area to set up on.
Because Friday we walked in there and like there was a table in the corner. We had a table.
Yeah.
With chairs around it. And then we went on Saturday and we had to like hunt for one chair where we could put all our shit down at.
It was that busy?
It was that, well, a lot of people were just throwing fucking towels on chairs and claiming that these 4 chairs are our chairs. Nobody ever sat in them. They were out running around.
Yeah.
Or there'd be one parent in one chair with all their towels beside them. Like, well, when the kids come back, we need somewhere to sit down. It's like, well,
yeah.
Well,
because we always had a bag too, and we'd, with drinks and shit in it and stuff. Yeah. So
we found one chair in the corner. We went and sat our stuff down. And the whole time, there's one lady sitting there with 6 chairs around her. Nobody ever sat in the other chairs.
No friends.
The entire time, she just had a bunch of kids with her, but she claimed all these chairs as hers.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, people. Like, I get it. Your kids aren't going to come sit down. They're not.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Can we come sit with you? And then
right.
And then if you're so quote unquote friends come by, then we'll leave.
Yeah. I think my mother-in-law finally took another chair and like moved our bags there because like, nobody's coming here. She just moved their shit.
Yeah.
It's like, the lady didn't say anything. It's like, well, no, because you just tried to take a whole corner to yourself. Get out.
Maybe she didn't even have a family. She was just there.
Yeah, but everybody throws their towels on every chair.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of here, people.
Yeah.
That's just how America works.
That is. First come, first serve. And if you don't need it, you're still going to claim it anyway.
Yep. But I'm like, man, it's just weird. And the water was so heavy, like chemicals in it.
Yeah.
Like I'm pushing the kids in the lazy river and doing that stuff. And they're going down some slides, but I'm in that water. Time to get back to the room, it's like,
yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that too, especially if you're there all day.
Right.
It's not even like, it's not like you're drinking the water, but it gets on your face.
My kids probably were.
Yeah. But it gets on your face. It gets around your lips. You might taste a little bit of it. And then at the beginning of the day, it tastes like a normal pool and like chlorine and shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it gets salty.
Yeah.
Like just all those people stewing around in there eating.
Stewing in it.
You got like a people consomme going on in that bitch.
A bunch of kids pissing in it.
They're
all pissing in it.
Yeah, every kid's fucking.
I didn't see a lot of people coming in and out of that bathroom like there should have been.
Yeah. And even like the younger kids that put diapers on it, but like, how do you know? And I don't understand a fucking water diaper. Never have. It's like, well, they're pissing in a diaper, but you mean to tell me that diaper knows the difference between water and piss, like which one it's going to permeate and soak up? Because as soon as they jump in, that water diaper's full.
Right.
But like, it's mainly there to catch poops, right?
That's it. Yeah.
It's mainly there to keep turds from floating around.
Right.
So that piss is getting out.
Right. But even a turd and water swashing around it, it's still
it's
still starting to disintegrate.
There's poop stuff. There's poop stuff around it. You know, like
and I don't know.
You're basically you're making a stock out of people and poop and pee.
Yeah, I don't know how your kids were growing up, but my kids don't always have rock solid poops.
True. Yeah.
There's a lot of mushy ones.
Yeah.
A lot of mushy ones.
Yeah.
So, that's all particles are floating around in that water too.
That's why there's so much chlorine.
Yeah.
To kill all that bacteria.
And that water's constantly going out, and they got to have some system where it's going out and coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine because it goes through pumps because they pump it up to the top of the slide and then it comes down. I hope there's some sort of filter.
Well, even in the poles are like going off on the side through a grate.
Yeah.
So that's got to be going down. So it must be like a constant filtration system.
I feel like it's all connected, right?
I would assume, yeah.
This water in this little splash pool is the same water as in that one.
Yeah.
But then the pumps just pull harder for slides or pull harder for this.
There's water in a giant bucket thing that fills up and eventually tips over. There's, little things you can pull on water spraying everywhere. There's just water spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
There's water everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, trying to chase around 2-3-year-olds while you're like, well, I wasn't chasing around 2 at the same time because obviously you get a lot of help, but I'm just trying to run around with the kids and they want to go here, they want to go there, they want to do this and they want to do that.
What's the other one that we've been to? Because I know we've been to Great Wolf Lodge a few times, and there's another one where there's a giant bucket in the middle of this huge like playground.
That's the Great Wolf Lodge.
Is it? Okay, so same one. Yeah, and then it spills down over and then splashes everywhere. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking that was somewhere else, but yeah, it's right in the center.
Yeah. It's a big bucket when everybody stands there.
Yeah, you hear the bell ringing, like, oh, we gotta go.
Smash you.
But then, like, because that water's nice and cool and refreshing, because it's like hot and humid as fuck in there too.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I think maybe the time of year we were there it wasn't so bad, but
yeah. Well, we always go in the winter, and it seems like you can see the condensation of the walls
100%,
and shit. So it's probably, I don't know, they probably keep it at a decent like 74-ish.
Well, they're heating all that water, so it's
yeah,
going to be constantly.
And I remember when that bucket splashed down, it just feels cooler and it's nice.
Yeah.
Did you go up? Did you go up through the obstacle course thing at all?
No. So my mother-in-law got stuck having to take one of the kids up through it.
Yeah.
And she said everything's fine until you get to there's like a rope section.
Yeah.
It says they make the ropes really tiny for the kids, and she said it hurts the hell out of your feet trying to walk across it. I was like, oh. I was trying to get one of the kids to do it with me, but also you're not allowed to slide down the slide with them.
Right.
So you had to send them, and she's like, "Why can't?" She says you got the top. She's like, "I can't just send this 3-year-old down by itself, and then I got to come right after her. Like, I'm gonna run into her at the bottom of the slide." And they're like, "Well, you have to go back down." So then they walk back down. But
yeah, that's when you need like the second parent
ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, hanging out at the bottom. Yeah. Like, here comes Jack or Shark or whatever. Here comes your little Billy, but yeah, I also remember they have like little water cannons on there. So like, as you're on like a tier 3 of the thing, there's people down on kids down on tier 2, and you can sit there and splash in your face and shit. or they have these little buckets that'll fill up, and then you wait for somebody to walk across a little rope bridge, and you can like dump it on their head.
Yeah, I saw some of those. Yeah, yeah.
I'd walk my kids up, and I was that guy like, I'm gonna fuck with these other kids, and like shoot them with the gun and stuff.
But yeah, it's a stressful place for me.
Yeah,
I get stressed out with that, but in a couple of years I'll be fine when my kids are big enough to like hold their own. But
yeah, because I've gone up a few times, and I've gone up with people that don't really watch their kids.
Yeah.
And so then that is a lot more hectic because you're laser focused. You're trying not to helicopter too much and like, hey, don't do that, or hey, don't do that, or don't run, or blah, blah, blah. And then like you see these other people's kids just going bananas.
Right.
It's like, that kid's going to fucking drown. Where are your parents at? And they're just not anywhere to be found.
at their phones. It's like,
yeah.
Oh.
Or like over at the bar, hey, I'm gonna go get us some drinks. You want one? I'm like, no. Like, yeah, I'd probably relax me, but I don't want to be relaxed right now. This is fucking chaos. If anything, you need to be not talking to me and watching your fucking kids, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
There's
you know
lifeguards around there, but there's a bunch of teenagers trying to watch 30 fucking kids in one little area.
Paid minimum wage and shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'd give it like those they're walking around, looking at everybody like.
And I'm sure they do a great job. You know, not to slight them at all, but they've got a lot on their fucking plate. They've got more to do than to babysit your kids. They're not there to babysit your kids. They're there to ensure the safety of everyone's kids. You need to be babysitting your kids while they make sure that they don't die. You know? Like,
I know. I heard some hillbilly lady over there. She's bitch. She's like, these lifeguards suck. She's like, there was a kid that went underwater. I saw it go underwater, and it was underwater way too long before the lifeguard noticed. And then the kid popped up, and he finally noticed and like was about to jump in, but he didn't jump in. And her husband's like, was the kid okay? And she's like, oh yeah, he was fine. He was probably just swimming, but the lifeguard didn't even notice. I'm like,
so then
what?
The lifeguard did a great job.
There's a kid swimming underwater?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He should have jumped right in there. And be like, no, don't you go under the water. You stay out of the water. This isn't a swimming pool.
You can't. Don't dip your head down. Head up where you can breathe.
Oh, no. They were total trash.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was lifeguard at a community pool, and I'd come home, and my dad always asked me, he's like, did you save anybody today? I'm like, no. And he's like, did anybody die? I'm like, no. And he's like, and you saved everybody.
Perfect.
I'm like, I guess so, Dad. You're right.
You're right.
Somebody give me a medal. I saved all them kids.
Nobody drowned on my watch.
Yeah. I didn't have to go on lifeguard pursuit once.
Right. Yeah, but I whistled so many times.
Yeah.
I whistled the shit out of those kids.
Sorry. I thought, you're saying like me. Walk, you know?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you whistled a bunch. I'm like, oh, yeah, you got a strong whistle. Like, hey, kids, you're like, get over here.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about you lifeguards.
Yeah.
I whistled the shit out of them so nobody drowned.
I told him what's up. And then I really watched the shit out of that kid because his mom's pretty cute.
I know my wife would be like, yeah, let's go back next year. But to me, I'd be like, man, can we just like...
You're going to have to do it a few more times.
I know, which is fine. But I'd like them to be a little bit older. And because to me right now, it'd be like they would have just as much fun swimming in a pool.
True, but they also have a gauge in their head to remember what's going on. So next year it'll be easier,
right?
And the next, because it gets a lot easier. My kids haven't been up there since they've been in double digit age, but I kind of want to take them again just to be like, fuck, dude, this is kind of lame. Like, all right, I guess we're going to Kalahari now, like with the bigger sides, because I mean, anybody online correct me if I'm wrong, but because I've never been to a Kalahari. But I was always under the impression that Kalahari is more like older kid and adults.
That's what I heard.
Where Great Wolf is like more of like, hey, this is where you bring the toddlers and shit.
I think Kalahari still has like the toddler. It's just not as much for the toddler.
Yeah, because there's a lot of toddler shit at Great Wolf.
Right.
But there's probably like one or two splash pools at Kalahari, and everything else is like super slides.
Yeah.
From what I've been led to believe, you know.
Right. There's a swim up bar. And
yeah. Even more piss than it's beer piss.
So now there's a lot more. There's actually like more just adults without kids going to Kalahari.
Right.
It's from my understanding, because there's like a wave pool. There's like all this shit, like other stuff too.
I gotta bring this up because like, and I don't know, maybe I'm just not as a whimsical kind of person, or maybe I've grown jaded and I've lost the child in me type thing, but like I feel like too many there's certain amusement parks where as an adult and you don't have kids with you, it just seems weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'd go to a water park without my kids.
An indoor water park is only an indoor water park. Like if there's a casino attached to it, it'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, let's go down to the water park and then go to the casino, right?
Yeah.
There's a sweet swim up bar and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, just be like, hey, I guess, so we didn't have kids. We're in our 20s. We're looking for something to do.
20s? Yeah. 40s?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that shit. We're not wasting money on that.
Like,
Again, that's where I go back to, let's go rent a sweet Airbnb with an indoor pool and hot tub. But all I need is a hot tub, be honest.
Well, it's even because I went to San Antonio for work this week and flew out on Sunday. And on Sunday, I always park at this this parking garage and then you get a shuttle to the airport. And on the shuttle, there was a couple, and you could tell the guy just was doing what his wife wanted to do.
Sure.
Probably older than me. I'd say late 40s, maybe early 50s. And she was head to toe in Mickey Mouse. You know? And I'm like, it's Sunday. I don't want to fucking work. You know, I gotta look around this whole toolbox and shit. I'm still hungover from Saturday, so I'm I'm not in like a happy-go-lucky kind of place anyway.
Right.
And this lady gets on the bus. She's like, "Oh, hey, what do we do? But you can't guess where we're going." And I was like, "Oh God, where are your kids? You're not taking your kids? You're like 50 years old." And so, sometimes I'm trying to be a little bit more of a people person, especially with strangers. Especially if the conversation gets, I'm not going to be the one to start it. Yeah. If somebody else starts like a conversation, I might chime in. I was like, okay, so is it world or is it land? And she's like, what? I'm like, well, is it Disney World or Disneyland? One's Florida, one's California, right? And she's like, oh yeah, we're going to Florida, and I think it's the best one. Okay, cool. And she's like, and we've been there like 5 times in the last year.
The last year?
Well, like maybe not. I don't think she's meaning this calendar year, but within a year.
They've been there 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh, she's on the spectrum?
Well, because Disney adults.
Is she on the spectrum?
No, seemed like a normal fucking person.
Oh, no, she's on the spectrum.
I don't. Well, I will say this: they were very well. You know, they were well off. You could just tell.
Yeah,
they weren't like the hillbilly group where it's like they live in a trailer.
How was he dressed? If she's coming as Mickey Mouse,
he dressed like he was going on a business trip. Honestly.
Okay.
You know, he had like the fleece collar with a brand name on it. Well, not a brand name like of the clothes, like a brand name of who he worked for.
So he's getting some weird sex stuff in Disney when he takes her there.
He's fucking Minnie Mouse for sure. Either that or he's getting pegged by Mickey.
He's got that costume loaded up in his bag.
And she's like, Epcot is the most wonderful place in the world. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, God, the amount of money you got to spend. Because it's just, you think about how much you're spending for that. With your room.
And so that kind of
shows. All
the
food's expensive. All your drinks are expensive.
That kind of shows you, too, because they weren't fucking hillbillies.
Right.
Which I could see.
Well,
I could see some hillbilly people. Their whole life savings is wrapped up in the fact that the lady wants to go to Disney World 5 times a year, and they live in a trailer, and they drive some busted ass shit. But like, you could just tell, like the way they're dressed, the luggage they had, even like they had a decent amount of money, and the fact that they can go to fucking Disney World 5 times a year
within a year, yeah, that's crazy.
And I don't get it. Maybe I'm off because I've never been. But god damn it, dude, if I go.
So what's it's okay, you just went to Hawaii, right? Mm-hmm. Like, let's scratch that one out because that was a work type thing. I know you made a little bit of vacation, right?
Yeah.
So before that, what's your next favorite vacation? Because I know, or if I said what was your last favorite vacation, you'd easily go Hawaii. But with kids or without kids, what would be your last 2 favorite vacations, I guess?
I mean, we had a baller fucking time in Vegas for your wedding.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
Right, wedding, that was 5 years ago. But yeah.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
That still counts as one of my top favorite vacations.
I know. And you're spending money like you're a goddamn baller.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, had to have fun. But then again, like, because we went to fucking Scranton, PA, and looked at all the shit for The Office because, I mean, when it comes fans of The Office, if you rank them in this house, it's going to be Sarah's number one. The boys are going to be tied. I think Parker can probably quote it better than Henry.
Sure.
And then I'll be at the bottom, but I still love it. But that was just cool to go hang out and like look at all the Office shit and the kids and the wife going wild, and they're just wildly happy. And I'm like, you know what? This is this is why I'm a man. You know, this is what I make money for. This is why I'm providing. Like to see the fucking smiles on their faces. You know,
yeah, for sure.
So that one felt good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I probably didn't have as much fun as they did in Vegas, but I appreciated that one more because, I don't know, it was good family time.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot going on, too. At the end of the day, we'd just go back to the hotel, hang out, and the kids would swim in the fucking pool, and me and her would sit there and take some shots by the pool, even though we probably weren't allowed to have alcohol, but nobody was stopping us. So that was a good one. Yeah, I mean, then also, fucking Hawaii.
Yeah. The Vegas trips are always fun, right? Because it's like you get your room, and it's not. I mean, the food can be crazy expensive if you want to be. You can also make it cheap if you want to be. You can kind of do whatever you want to do.
Just like any vacation spot.
And it's a cool spot. With Steph's family, we rented a place in Sedona, Arizona.
Yeah.
For extended weekend. That was really cool. They got a pool and a hot tub.
Yeah.
So, like, every day, it's like, well, let's go on a hike and come back, go swimming and then cook dinner or go out to eat. But most of the time, like, we cook something up or whatever. And then it was like, oh, let's jump in the hot tub at night and hang out. And you can jump in the hot tub. And that was really cool. And the view. Just to have a view that you don't normally have,
right?
Of those sandy mountains and
picturesque,
all that stuff. Like, it's so beautiful.
They paint pictures about that shit.
Yeah, right. I know.
I mean, like,
yeah,
like
it's
even if it's a little cactus on a desert side with a lizard in the background, like somebody painted that picture. Right. I guess they probably paint pictures of deer or something from our area, but we see it every fucking day.
When you see green hills and stuff. We got that. You see those autumn leaves? We got those.
Yeah. But I see them every fucking year.
But nobody paints a picture of our wintertime.
Yeah.
Just sad mud.
Yeah.
Sad and mud together is our wintertime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just like those kind of experiences are like beautiful to me to like just go and be calm somewhere.
So then would you say
instead of like give me a bunch of plans. Let's have all these plans.
Right.
And we had a lot of plans even then, though, too, because we did a hot air balloon ride. We drove the Grand Canyon one day. That was miserable for me, anyway. Because I'd already been to the Grand Canyon. I already know it's a giant hole.
Yeah.
You go stand on the edge. It's fucking still amazing to look down at stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's like Sedona to the Grand Canyon is like 3.5 hours or something like that.
Oh, so your whole day's taken up by driving.
Yeah, and it's like,
so you got 6-hour round trip, maybe like 2 hours at the canyon.
Yeah, I think we were there for like an hour. I think everybody's kind of like,
oh, cool.
Oh yeah, and then gonna walk around.
Yeah,
this is like you can hike up and down it, but it's like it's the same kind of view no matter what angle you take. You to look,
Yeah, but if you hike, you feel like you accomplished something because I put 3 miles on today, so it's cool, and I got to see pretty stuff.
But then to me, it was just like, I know what we got back there.
Yeah,
which I'd rather just go sit in a hot tub right now
instead of doing this with the steering wheel and the cruise control and the traffic. I could just be in the tub with a couple beers.
So basically, what I'm getting at is like when I think of a vacation, I think of a vacation. Like I want to just go and chill somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't even want to leave the house.
So would you say
Besides
Sedona?
Maybe like one night?
Because you were asking me favorite, and you brought up Sedona, but I don't know if you ever mentioned it as your favorite.
Yeah, probably. I would say it was been one of my favorite vacations. Is just going and chilling in Sedona. Just different climate. Hot as hell during the day, cold in the night. So like you get the best of both worlds to be like swimming in the pool and then jumping in the hot tub at night.
Yeah.
The pool feels amazing during the day because it's nice and cold, because it's probably like, I don't know,
90 to 100.
If it's heated, it is, but it's like
but the outside temp's like 90 to 100, so you pop in that 80-degree pool. And
but then at night, great. if you jump in that thing, you're like, whoo, that's cold.
So I'm going to go ahead and kind of branch off of that question.
Yeah.
As a child, because I kind of put them in the queue because I'm thinking more like with my family and stuff. But as a child, with your mom and dad and your brothers and stuff,
Hocking Hills.
Hocking Hills is your favorite?
Yeah, because we did the most.
Okay.
I mean, I do remember we drove down to Florida a couple times and did Disneyland.
Yeah.
We went to. We did that a couple times. I don't remember it much.
Yeah.
As much as I remember just going to cabins in Hocking Hills.
Yeah.
And going on those hikes.
Yeah. So, those are cool hikes.
As a kid to me, like that was really cool to like do those hikes, run through the caves, like just do all that cool.
Yeah, and they got cool little waterfalls and shit over there, beaver dams and shit.
Yeah.
All kinds of cool shit for boys. Like, I'm gonna pick this stick up and break it.
Yeah, right. That's just something that always stuck with me, which isn't far from us, It's
right.
2-hour drive away from us, but
right, 2.5, 3.
Yeah, whatever. But it's like that's just a memory that always stuck with me. Like we'd have Thanksgiving out there with my dad. Sometimes, my parents being divorced, they'd be like, "All right, we're gonna have Thanksgiving. But we're gonna do it in Hocking Hills." And so, like,
fuck yeah.
My dad and stepmom, stepsister, and step grandma and grandpa would come out there, and we'd go to Hocking Hills, rent a cabin, and like do all that. So that always stuck with me as like a fun vacation when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just at night we'd be like hanging out. And I remember being little and they're like playing cards or whatever, everybody being older, and I'm playing with a mustard and ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
And then them all laughing at me because I'm playing mustard and ketchup bottle. I'm like, you guys just mad because I got an imagination.
Yeah. I got a mustard ketchup bottle. You guys have little pieces of paper with numbers on it.
Idiots.
Dummies. With your alcohol.
We always had tons of food and snacks.
Yeah.
And, we were getting spoiled because it's like Thanksgiving weekend. So it's like, oh, we brought you guys all these snacks. Eat what do you want? Blah, blah, blah. So I can't think of anything else. I mean, I remember doing the Cedar Point trips and stuff like that.
Yeah, Cedar Point's fucking banger, dude. Now that my kids are getting older, I need to take them there.
Yeah, I think that's the evolution, right?
Yeah.
I think you go Great Wolf Lodge, Kalahari, or Cedar Point.
Yeah.
I think Cedar Point even has a hotel with a water park in it too as well.
Probably. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
But
I want to take the boys to Clearwater, Florida, because I knew we did that. So as a kid, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
Because my grandma lived in St. Petersburg. Well, actually, St. Pete Beach, because it's kind of different. There's the city proper, and there's like a weird little kind of island. And she lived there, like 3 blocks from the beach. And I had a misconstrued idea of what the fucking ocean was. Because when you're in the Gulf of Mexico on the west side of Florida, it's encased in there. So you don't get a lot of waves. The water's warm and it's clear. That's why they call it Clearwater, Florida. Like when you're standing, like 4 feet deep, you can see your fucking feet, You can make out little shells on the bottom and shit. And so there, like that's all I ever known as a beach vacation was that.
Yeah.
So now that I've gotten older and I finally, I go to California and I go like, I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to get in the water. It's fucking cold. The waves suck. They hit you so hard. Even on the East Coast, it's fucking cold there too.
Yeah.
But that Gulf of Mexico, it's so fucking warm. Well, actually, sorry. I didn't mean to misspeak. The Gulf of America.
Right.
You know, the last time I was there was the Gulf of Mexico. But now, if you go to the Gulf of America, go to St. Petersburg, Florida, go to the Clearwater area, it's gorgeous. The water's warm.
Yeah.
And the sand is like white sandy beaches. It's amazing. So that was my favorite as a kid, was doing that shit. And then I remember one year my parents got brand new Ford F-150 extended cab. And
extended cab, but
and my dad
American muscle
did that old man shit where you put a cap on it. And like, I think pickups look dumb with a cap on them. But he had a long bed, so they'd put a mattress in the back.
Yeah.
And us kids would just hang out in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
Fucking 18 hours. 18 hours on the road just laying on a mattress. We had a boom box with Weird Al Yankovic cassettes loaded up in it and shit.
Well,
coloring books, all kinds of shit. And I bet you that was the best thing for my parents. They're like, yeah, they're fine back there. There's 2 windows separating them from us.
right.
You know?
Right.
And they're just probably up there listening to Jeff Foxworthy, because that's what they did back then.
Yeah.
They had their Garth Brooks Double Live on cassette, and they'd be up there jamming, just having the time of their lives, where their fucking kids were just rolling around in the bed of the truck.
Wreck, you're probably dead.
Yeah. Well, we didn't, so it's fine.
You know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I bet you that was probably like even one of their best ones. Just like as a family vacation, taking the kids along was just, oh, we're away from them, but we're with them. You know?
Right. Yeah. Well, see, I would say, like, my favorite vacation place would be Atwood Lake, but I lived there. Because, like, I grew up on that lake, too. Never had a house on the lake until I bought my own. But it was, like, that's where, like, every other weekend, like, a lot of times my dad would take us out there, and we're just, like, sleeping on the boat.
Yeah.
Sleeping in the car. Sleeping in a cabin, because there's a storm running in. So he went and rented a cabin.
Then, man.
Like, yeah.
If you can live in your favorite vacation spot, then every day's a vacation. Then
yeah, just
in the winter it sucks.
Oh yeah, but you know that's why you do it.
I was talking to somebody, or the guy I was on the trip with is like, honestly, the main goal is like, if I get a single wide trailer somewhere in Florida and like a cottage on Atwood Lake, and I can just go back and forth between the two. So I'm always in. So I go down to Florida, play golf, come back up to the lake, hang out on boats.
Yeah.
Year round in my 60s. That sounds fucking sick.
Yeah. Be nice.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, but if I had access, if I was like, beautiful weather all the time and I had access to my boat all the time, I could just go out whenever I wanted. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it as much. Would not do it nearly as much as I do in the summer. I'd probably do it less in the summer, and a lot less. I'd probably still do it in the winter time. But
so you're saying that since it's only a half-year thing,
it's a half-year thing. You really enjoy it.
You almost feel more obligated to do it, so you make yourself do it.
Yeah, I mean,
and then when you're out there, it's obviously one of the things like, and I get that where it's like, in the summer I wake up because I have a boat on the same lake. I just don't live there, but it's like. I wake up, it's like, God, do I want to drive 20 minutes out to the lake and do that?
It's a lot of work. You got to pack coolers up. You got to.
Yeah, I even talked to the boys. It's like, hey, let's go to the lake today. Like, do we have to? Yeah, you have to. Like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, we're gonna hang out on the lake. I'm like, Fortnite. Like, but the lake, it's gonna be. Once we get out there, you're gonna love it. And I the same thing I tell myself. Like, once we get out there, you're gonna. And then once we get out there. Then they get in the fucking water. They start splashing around. I pull up to the beach. I get a couple beers with me. Start socializing and shit. I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Right.
And then I gotta be the one that's like, we gotta go home. And like, really, do we? I'm like, yeah, because
no, I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
Never want to come out here, but no, I don't want to go home.
Right. So it's like, it is weird how that kind of thing. It's like, why is that a hassle sometimes?
Yeah.
And then you get there, this wasn't that big of a hassle.
Yeah. No, it's not at all. But not especially for me. But
yeah, because you just walk there.
But I think mentally for yourself, like, it's always 78 degrees and you can take the boat out anytime you wanted.
Yeah.
I guarantee I would take the boat out less than I do now, where I only have so many months to take it out. You know what I mean? Because now I'm like, once it gets warm, this is nice. Once the water warms up, you want to be like, boom, 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 you're out all the time.
I do believe some of that will change for you when the kids get older.
Probably, but
because like
more.
I'm already sitting there thinking like, man, if I just lived there, you know, Sarah's got to work, so she's not coming out. The boys, they're gonna sleep until noon, 2:00 on a Saturday.
Yeah,
on a Saturday. But I'm up at 8 for no fucking reason, just because I'm used to waking up super early during the week.
Yeah.
Like, I just go fucking cruise around the lake. I feel like if I lived there, I'd be out super early.
Oh no!
And then I'd come in and pick everybody up that wants.
No, the fun thing is once my kids get in a couple years when they're understanding more mechanics. And,
I'm thinking more like teens though.
Oh no, I'm thinking just in a few years. I'm thinking fishing.
Yeah.
Because I always used to love my dad. He used to grab one of us out of the boat when we're sleeping. He'd wake up early. And he'd come grab one of us. He'd rotate the days or whatever, grab one of us, just like, hey, let's go fishing.
Right.
Hit that early morning cast. And he'd just take one of us and be like, all right, let's go casting. We're going to go cast. So it was kind of like, that one-on-one moment with the dad.
Right.
Sorry.
Hey, I had a second dad.
But sorry. So trying to make that funny, but then it was not funny. But then it was kind of funny.
It's very funny. It was very funny.
But yeah, so then like my dad take one of us out and be like, "Let's go. We're gonna go. You're gonna wake up at. You're gonna be up at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
and we're going casting, and you're gonna catch a fish, and you'd always catch a pretty decent fish at that part of the morning, because
right.
So as soon as the sunlight breaks, fish are like, boom, it's eating time. So that's always just a memory I have. So it's just like kind of like I want to do that with my kids too. Be like, hey, we're going down the docks. We're going to go cast some lines and stuff like that. Like,
yeah. And you might be surprised as to which one likes it more, whether it's the boy or the girl.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. Like Jack might end up hating it. Charlie might end up loving it. I don't know. I just want.
It's weird because I used your kids' names in the podcast earlier, and I felt like maybe we shouldn't keep.
Oh, no,
I think we said it before.
That's fine. I mean,
but then you just said it, so yeah.
I give my full name, and I'm sure anybody can find me if they want to.
Yeah,
and see my kids. Yeah. So that's not an issue.
I don't know if you noticed that when I was like, you're like,
yeah, I heard you say that. I didn't know why you
Jack
did it,
or Billy, or just throw another random name and maybe throw some people off.
I know,
not like anybody's doxing us or stalking our kids.
I think beforehand at one point in time I was like, well, I'm not going to give my kids names, but you can find me.
Yeah,
you can find me. You can find either of us.
Yeah, we're on social medias. If you found him on Instagram, you could see his fucking kids there.
Yeah,
won't be on the podcast thing.
No,
personals, yes.
Yeah, personals. Yeah. Anyways, I enjoyed that moment as a kid. So I think that's going to change a lot into the boating game too. My boating game is probably going to change as well.
Yeah,
because normally we just go and pull in the islands and hang out. There might be some trolling involved. Might be some, catch a few fish before we.
Or when the kids get older, they're like, we want to go down. We want to go jump in the deep water.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's I always like to go stop at the island and be social and shit. But then like the kids. They get tired of like digging around in the sand, and honestly, I get tired of them bringing sand.
Right, on the boat, yeah.
So like if anything, it's like I can't wait till there's a point in time where it's like, oh, where are you guys at? Oh, we're going to the deep beach. We're just gonna hang out at the deep beach all day. That sounds cool. There's no sand there.
Yeah. I mean, you're not too many years off till they're gonna be wanting to take the boat out by themselves.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. And then I'll have you calling me like, what's this fucking car parked?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm calling your boys. Who's this motherfucker with the dumbass Toyota?
Henry pulled up, and they went out and took out the boat. I'm like, yeah, I know. I told him, but it reeked of weed.
Yeah.
And you should see this ratchet ass bitch that he brought with him. I don't like her at all. Like
yeah. Right.
Hopefully he's gonna pick up better than ratchet ass bitches though.
And hopefully they always respect me. That'll be fine.
yeah. Yeah, that's like I'm like, fuck you, Cody. My dad said we could take it. Like, oh no, the fuck.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Henry's gonna be bigger than both of us. I'm like, fuck, God damn it. Henry!
Yeah. I can't threaten you with violence.
Yeah. But I will.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't know the limits I'm willing to push this old man body to. Yeah. It's gonna hurt tomorrow, and you're gonna feel fine, but your pride's gonna hurt. But I will physically hurt. Yeah. You will mentally hurt. Like, I'm already half prepared for that.
No, I don't think your boys are gonna be that bad. They're already pretty good boys.
They seem pretty decent. Yeah,
I think we'll be fine there in that department. That is always a scary situation as a parent, though. It's like you don't want asshole kids. But I don't think kids are asshole kids at all.
Remember going to high school with that dude that was like, yeah, my dad yelled at me, so I hit him in the face. Like, I was like, am I supposed to think you're cool or what? Like, personally, I never thought that kid was cool. Right? Like, they got some issues. I'm gonna stay away from that guy. So, like, I want to be on his side.
Right.
You know, like I want to be like a friend of his, but not a friend of his. You know.
I mean, there's something in my head that would be like, I don't think I could beat up my dad, but if you looked at it physically, I could probably beat up my dad.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
He's getting old.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I might be almost 40, but I'm like, I can probably beat the shit out of my dad. But also, when I look at him, I'm like, I think he's my dad.
Yeah. And I even remember, too, when I was in high school, I was wrestling and shit. I forget what it was. I remember we lived on Stone Creek Road, that house, and it was something. I don't know if I was talking shit or just like, yeah, because I can wrestle. And my dad's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, something. We kind of like, we didn't punch. It wasn't a fight. It was supposed to be a friendly kind of tussle around. It's like dudes being dudes wrestling around. Who can best them and shit. And I tied up with my dad, and I was kind of handling him. And then he just straight up punched me in the dick. It's one of those things. I was like, all right, so I know not to fuck with him. But also, I know that man was scared that he didn't want to be bested by his kid. You know? Yeah. Like, he didn't fight fair because he knew that I was getting the upper hand.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But still, it's still one of those things like he had to check me, you know?
We're like, oh, you're going to keep doing this fair?
What? Yeah.
Nope. Not no more.
Yeah, just fucking tag the beanbag there, dude. And I was like, what the fuck, Dad? But like, okay, fine. Like, because that's the other thing is I've never been willing to escalate things too much. I never fought. I'm not a fighter, you know?
Right.
I've maybe punched like 3 people in the face in my whole entire life.
Yeah.
And then wrestling was cool because it was a controlled environment. Like, yeah, dude, we're just goofing. We're just having fun. You know?
Yeah.
Like, this is supposed to be fun. And I had fun. Everybody else brought the, like, that killer mentality to it and shit. And I see, like, well, I think it was fucking our buddy Ty Tope. We were watching UFC fights. And he's like, dude, you could take Cody Garbrandt. I'm like, no, the fuck I couldn't. He's like, you're twice his size. I'm like, that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
That dude, if he squared up against me, he's going to kill. If I squared up against me, I'm like, we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, what's up? Yeah. Punch me in the face.
No. He's going to break your jaw.
I'll be out there like, tickle fight, and then I'm on the fucking ground. Like, because I don't have a lot of hate in me. I mean, I do. But, like, I don't have a lot of hate enough that I want to take it out on other people.
Yeah, well, yeah, it takes a lot to bring out the demons in us. It's not like, we're not, like, criticizing everybody doing anything against that, but everybody's like, hey, you do you, man.
But there's a special type of person where it takes you to get that killer mentality just because.
Yeah.
To me, it'd be like threaten me and mine. You know,
right?
Exactly. Like if there's a life threatening me and mine, I'm sure there's an animal in me that I've never seen before that's gonna be crazy. But there's no way in hell I could ever get in a fucking cage and be like, all right, he's coming out. I was like, let's have fun.
Yeah, because it takes. So that fighting thing, that kind of takes. I think that takes time, right? Like you know, months in advance you're fighting this guy.
Yeah,
right. Like you got the ticket set. You're watching film on this guy. You're watching everything you can on this guy. You're digging in this guy as much as you can. And be like, all right, in 3 months we're fighting.
Yeah,
you know that's happening.
Yeah.
So that could put you into a mode, I would assume.
And
whereas as like a normal counter, you're like sitting here, we're drinking beer, you know, we're at the bar, but all of a sudden somebody starts running their mouth and want to beat us up. It's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
No. What? No, man. Come on, man.
Shut up, dude.
I'm too tired of this shit right now.
I've used because I got a big voice.
Yeah.
If I get mad, I get a big voice. Right. So I've used my size and my voice to get myself out of a lot of fights.
Yeah.
That's like that whole thing of like you see a bear coming out of you that would just get big and scream at him.
Yeah.
So I've had people just like get in my face and shit. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, no intentions of throwing punches. And I'm glad it never got to that because I probably would have got my ass kicked. But just the fact that I was bigger and louder, that's like, no, we don't need to do this today. I'll find you one day. I'm like, cool, bring it.
Yeah, I have that very loud dad voice I can tap into too. Like,
yeah,
very loud. Scares Steph and my children.
Yeah.
Steph goes, "What the fuck was that?" And I'm like if I'm yelling at Jack or Charlotte, I don't go there very often.
Right.
But when I need them to absolutely stop what they're doing and listen to me or do whatever, and I get to that deep optical, ooh, and I can't even pretend it because I would literally have to yell on this microphone. It's something that is real deep.
Even like I could give you an example of mine, and you give me an example of yours, but it's not going to mean the same because you're not pissed.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But once it hits, I mean, I've broken up fights with men.
Yeah.
Men that were squaring off, and I started screaming, and they were like, they both fucking stopped back, like,
okay,
like their own dad just corrected them, like their own dad.
There's power in the dad voice, dude.
Yeah, because they were like, my bad. I'm like, because I just wanted to chill out. I'm like, every fucking chill out. Like, I started screaming. I'm like, this is bullshit. Blah blah blah, and everybody just like stopped dead in their tracks, like middle of a fist fight. Stopped dead in their tracks. Walked away. And I'm like, oh, power in the dad voice.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even dad then, but it's just like, I got that in me. I got that in me.
You got that dog in you. It makes me wonder, too. Which obviously, if it was a good strategy, somebody would have used it by now, or we'd see it like more famously like in the UFC and shit. But like, why don't they just come up? But like, I know they chirp in the ring and shit, but you don't see a lot of motherfuckers just like,
yeah.
Motherfucker, fuck you.
While you're on tense, about to throw a jab, just yell out, "Teddy's!"
Try that shit on me.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
You just start one real good loud. I can't count how many times just in this house I hear like,
or even
and then it's like a. And then just one quick swift knock it up, like, and then it's silent.
Yeah. It's even a guy's about to fight. You take one step back, like, shut the fuck up, and that guy that's in front of you is gun on the lock, and I'm just nail him. Like, come on,
you throw out a quick
knock it off, give me that Jimmy Jam,
and they're like, Dad, and then you hit him in the face, like,
hey, you know.
Maybe the shout jab.
The loud dad voice works.
Yeah.
I scared my mother-in-law with my dad voice.
Yeah.
So I got a good one. I know that.
Yeah.
I scared my mother-in-law who has 8 siblings.
Yeah.
And my dad voice scared the shit out of her.
I've also got a good clap. Do you ever like give it a clap first?
No, not a clapper.
Yeah.
I'll smack the table.
Oh, I'll give it a bam.
I'll go smack on the table.
Oh, if they're within earshot, and I don't have to scream through floors, to get their attention. If they're in the next room over, or like 15 feet in front of me, I'll give a good, good hard clap, and that's like half level right there. Like,
yeah.
So I give a big old fucking clap. Yeah. One thing I wish I could do.
I ain't got your clobbers, so I got little hands. So
I wish I could do the whistle.
I have a good whistle, but not a whipping whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can be a fucking songbird,
right.
dude. Yeah.
Well, I'm dry right now, so I can't do my bell. But
let me get you wet. Sorry, you're dry around me.
It's because this one sober cans, thanks to our buddy Derek at Millersburg Brewing, was an IPA, and I don't know what they put in IPAs, but it makes your mouth dry. No other beer does that except an IPA. It's so hoppy.
Yeah.
Hoppies.
It's all the hops.
But no, yeah. But yeah, the dad, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on point with that. But anyways. Did you have anything lined up for today?
I did not. We've rambled on a lot though, but I want to touch on I went to San Antonio for the first time.
Oh yeah.
We did that trip, and lo and behold, being in Texas, the brisket there was amazing as well. I probably had about 4 pounds of brisket in the last 6 days.
Was it better than mine?
I mean, I'm sorry.
Was it better than my
your short ribs were better than the ribs I had.
All right, that's all.
I'll tell you that. Because I did have short ribs at a couple different places. Decent. Yours were better.
I will tell you right now, I've never had better short ribs than I had that day.
Yeah.
So that was just somehow I found also amazing quality short ribs and cooked them. So that was a once a lifetime thing.
Well, and sometimes I feel like with barbecue, sometimes it can be down to a science, but it does depend on what the meat's going to do for you. Whether the temperature's right. Sometimes the humidity in the air and shit. Like, things have to line up to get really good barbecue.
Well, meat quality is important, too.
Yeah.
Meat
but your short ribs...
very, very important.
Your short ribs are still some of the best short ribs I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
But something about Texas brisket is so fucking different. And I'm saying this because when the Texas motherfuckers came up to our area, because we had a good oil boom.
Yeah.
And I worked with all them. And they were all like, man, y'all don't know how to do a brisket. You don't know how to do barbecue. They talk shit because that's what they do. So much that we had hard hat stickers that said TAFT. Like, this ain't fucking Texas. Like, we do shit good up here too. And I was like, fuck these guys. Fuck these assholes. My boy Cody can smoke a brisket. Come try his shit. And then it's just, when you go down there, it's just different.
Well, elevation difference matters.
Yeah.
Wood matters.
Some kind of humidity. Probably the
humidity matters. All of that matters,
And it's one of those things, too, because, like...
science,
Because my first time in Texas, it was Austin, and...
Well, you can smoke brisket, too. I don't know why we're just talking about me, but...
Yeah, I can do it pretty well, too, but it's just like, they do it so much that it's just second nature.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to a place, and if you look on Google and you find barbecue...
It's direct Texas cattle, right?
Yeah.
It's
direct
Texas
farm to market.
That makes a big difference.
We
Quality
literally...
of meat makes the most difference. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand what they're actually buying. So, the brisket we buy at fucking Walmart for $40... because we know it's cheap and we know we're going to make it good and it's going to feed 20 people, right?
Right.
So we're not complaining about it at all.
Right.
That's not a good cut of brisket.
It's still stamped USDA choice.
It's still fine.
But
if you buy a USDA certified Angus beef, prime cut ribeye, and you smoke that, I guarantee you don't need as much time on it.
Right.
It's going to be tender. And the marbling is going to be so sensational. The flavor is going to change 10 times.
And I'll even go as far as to say, too, like, a lot of these places, they weren't as big as, like a Terry Black's or, like, the big names.
Right.
Even the no-names, their brisket is better, but it's like they still have a direct source of meat. And I've heard a person on a podcast say that they went to Tokyo and they got sushi. So I'm kind of putting it in the same realm.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
They're over there getting sushi, and then they talked like, why is this so much better? And like, because this is the hub for where all the sushi grade fish, where all the sushi grade fish comes in.
Ocean surrounding us.
Yeah. This is the hub for where all of it comes in.
Seafood surrounding us.
Yeah. It goes to market. And then we have first choice because we're here. Everything we don't want then goes other places. So imagine it's the same in Texas, where the beef goes through their markets, and they're like, that one, this lot. Well, that's like, we'll take them if we need them. But, oh no, we got these. Okay, we'll send those elsewhere. So we're still up here getting second dibs. I'm sure there's still local farms and shit.
Well, that's why I mentioned the CAB, the Certified Angus Beef Program.
Yeah.
Is a program that grades meat. So it's a top echelon program that grades meat.
Right.
So it's in a block between Choice and Prime.
Right.
That's to be a CAB meat. So if you see Certified Angus Beef on meat, it has to be between Choice and Prime. Now there's different programs in different states. This is Ohio. It's a CAB. But it goes United States wide.
Right.
So CAB, they got to be that. They can't be older than 30 months.
Yeah.
Which makes a difference in a cow. Because you don't want old cow, because old cow means more fat, that's more harder, it's more crystallized. I think we went over this before.
Yeah.
Anyways, Google Certified Angus Beef. But Texas is a big supplier of it.
They have a lot of
black Angus cows.
Yeah.
And they're probably getting them.
That's the source.
They're probably getting them when they're like 3 days old.
Yeah. They're picking and choosing the best ones, and like let the rest of this go to the other markets. This is our lot.
Anyways, meat is a factor. I think altitude, temperatures, all that also plays a factor.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think smoking in Ohio. You're not smoking. It could be fucking 70 degrees let's say we're in summer. You're smoking at 70. The daytime could be whatever temperature. It's just the difference in temperatures gets crazy. So,
and then I also do think if that's all you do, all day, every day.
Oh, I can master the fuck out of that.
Yeah. Whereas, like I said, it's better than yours, but you do it once or twice a year.
Yeah, and I'm not.
They got a whole fucking system set up.
I went on the boat half the day, keep running back and forth.
Yeah.
I called my neighbor. Hey, can you throw some charcoal on that bitch?
But, yeah. You walk into the fucking. It was a barbecue station in San Antonio, and it looked like a fucking hole in a wall. But you literally walk in, and they're so.
If you said mine was better, I was going to insult you, actually. Because I was like, there's no way mine's better, because I do not pay that much attention to it.
But these motherfuckers, they like, yeah, I want a pound of brisket, moist, please. And then they turn around, and they got like an extra little kind of hot smoker box thing with the big iron doors that they pull it out of. And they slice it down for you, weigh it out for you. Here you go.
They're spritzing and swatting.
Yeah.
There's things done to that beef while it's cooking. I might give it a little spritz here and there. I might give it a little I might put my water bath down there. I might do some of that shit.
Right. Like even you see all these TikToks and like, oh, and then you wrap it in butcher's paper, put it back on and finish and sit. And like these motherfuckers down here, all they're doing is just cooking brisket all fucking day.
Yeah. And I just figure out enough to do a good, pretty much brown sugar rub that I do on it. I'm just going to call it that. I put a lot into it, but it makes it so I don't have to attend to it as much, and it's going to be beautiful when it comes out.
Yeah,
because it puts a nice bark on it. It puts a nice coating on it.
Where I know the Texas thing is just salt, pepper.
Yeah, they're not fucking with that.
There's this place.
You put that sugar on that, they're gonna be like,
it wasn't Terry Black's. It was Franklin's. Franklin's is another big one, huge one down there.
Massive, yeah.
I had to stay in the line for 45 minutes just to get some brisket whenever I was in Austin.
That's probably a short wait time.
Yeah, and when you're going through the line, then they're selling their shit, and they got like pork rub, this rub, that rub, and they have brisket rub. Yeah. I was like, okay, what's in there? And it was like prepackaged, like spice bottle thing. I doubt that's actually what they're using. They probably salt and pepper solo, or figured out. But literally the ingredients on it were salt and pepper.
Yeah.
They're selling a fucking jar of salt and pepper, probably twice the markup, but because it says Franklin's on it, it says brisket rub.
It's kind of that funny
There's
thing.
Motherfuckers out there buying it.
It's kind of a funny thing. If you go to the counter
$30
and buy that, you're just a fucking idiot. But he's like, fuck it, I'll just sell it to idiots. Yeah. I'll just sell it to idiots.
Yeah. Oh, they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, because now they're a tourist trap, Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, if I'm going to make money off anything, he's like, I'll make money off salt and pepper. And they're like, what? He's like, well, a bunch of idiots want to come up. I'll put my brisket rub up. And they're like, what's your brisket rub? Salt and pepper.
Well, and I bet you anything because they've been there forever, and they get so many people come through, and there's so many people who are like, what do you put on your brisket? Like, yeah, just salt and pepper. Like, can I buy that?
Right.
Like what in what proportions? Well, salt and pepper to taste. Like, but can you mix it for me and sell it to me? Like, no. And then finally, like, $1 million idea. Yeah. We will sell it to
$30. Cost me 30 cents to make. I'm gonna sell you $30 because you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even as a chef before, it was always like, what's your recipe for this? Like, here it is. I'm like, okay. And then they go make it and they're like, it sucked. I'm like, well, because you can't execute it as good as I do. So here, okay, I guess I'll sell you this quart of dressing more than it would cost for you to make it, like.
Right, because you don't understand.
But how do you fuck up salt and pepper, dude?
Right. You don't. Just put salt and pepper on it.
Right.
Anyways.
But yeah, that's the last little bit I think I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I'm good. I got nothing else, so...
I'm trying to think. There wasn't even anything weird that happened or anything like that.
Oh, there's all kinds of weird shit going on with everything in this world, but...
Yeah.
Fun, weird, funny.
Oh, real quick. Mm-hmm. I went to Buc-cee's.
Yeah, we see you went to Buc-cee's, Bob.
If you're watching, I have this brightly colored shirt on with Buc-cee the Beaver on it. But also while we were down there,
you can make like $100,000 as a GM there, like
fucking $245.
It's just fucking crazy.
If you're the man, if you're the assistant manager of a Buc-cee's, you can make up to $245,000 a year.
Business model.
If you clean the bathrooms, you get $20 an hour.
That's a business model right there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like that keeps fucking high quality people, caliber people.
Fuck.
I want to go to Buc-cee's. Like, I don't want to go to Buc-cee's.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place.
That's the idea we need for gas stations, because gas stations make money. Let's don't be wrong. They're making money off their fucking gas no matter what, right?
And one of the coolest things, I didn't even realize this because I did some Wikipedia on it. They don't allow truckers in there. And I come to think of it, like, no, I guess I never did see a truck. But it's for the people, not for truckers. And no offense to truck stops, because I fucking love truck stops. They've saved me. Yeah, they're awesome. They've got good food. They got cool shit. But then you also have dirty fucking truckers.
Yeah, good old Flying J is wonderful.
Pilot, Flying J's, Loves, dude. Like, they're great places. You can get some souvenirs, some shot glass and shit.
Some breakfast pizza.
Yeah, dude. But then you also have to mingle around with dirty fucking truckers.
Right.
Buc-cee's don't allow truckers in there. No semis.
That's surprising. I thought they'd be making their business off of truckers. So they're not making their business off truckers.
No, it's
wow, that blows my mind.
It's RVs. They allow buses, so tour buses.
Okay.
RVs. The one that I went to in Lulling.
But no semis.
There was a school bus came through and had a high school baseball team on it and shit. But then again, you think, where am I going to take my high school baseball team? To the Loves, where the truckers are. Or to the Buc-cee's, where the families are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's That's interesting.
They got 100 pumps. Every single one has 100 gas pumps.
100?
100 gas pumps.
Holy shit.
They started throwing the Tesla charger stations in them. They got a car wash. They got fucking beef jerky. I'm going to give you some of this jerky before you leave.
Oh, yeah.
But you buy beef jerky, you buy it by the pound, and the strips are literally the length of my forearm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they're delicious.
Nice.
They sell brisket sandwiches.
Well, I know they do, like, a lot. And that's the whole thing about them. But I am super surprised it's not a trucker stop, too.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was, like, going to be their biggest niche. It's like, no, the truckers want to come here, too, because we're doing all this cool stuff. I'm blown away.
Yeah. It's all like family travelers, or, tour buses.
Gotcha. Okay.
And shit like that. RVs and stuff. Yeah.
So, the gas station of tomorrow.
Yeah. And so once I was on my Wikipedia search, we went to the one in Lulling, Texas, which was the site of the very first one, which they tore down and since rebuilt to the new one at 75,000 square feet. 75,000 square feet,
Christ.
marking it as the world's largest convenience store.
Nice.
Nice. Everything's bigger in Texas, I guess.
Yeah, everything's bigger.
We're getting one in Ohio outside of Dayton here.
Especially Buc-cee's.
Yeah. And then, so this shirt, anybody that follows me on Facebook, they saw, also has matching swim trunks.
I see this weird thing happening where these places, they're trying to make themselves really nice. They're just convenient places, right?
Yeah.
Just convenient places. Like your dollar stores, like whatever. Pay their employees really well. Make a really nice place.
Yeah.
Are busy as hell for some reason. Don't know why.
Because the people that work
weird.
there give a fuck.
People give a fuck. You can be holding them to a standard because you're paying for it. You can sell shit a little bit of a premium.
Yeah, because
nobody gives a shit.
They literally have a sign outside the front door, employment here, and it lists.
Yeah.
That's how I know bathroom attendants make $20 an hour. A regular clerk, the checkout person, 18.
Beautiful.
18 fucking bucks an hour.
But the bathroom guys make it 20?
Bathroom guys make it 20.
Hell yeah. So it's like,
yeah.
Hey, he's got to clean the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
But these bathrooms going to be,
yeah.
They're going to be
Chef's kiss. Perfect, dude.
He's $20
yeah.
an hour.
And that's why they have accolades for having the cleanest bathrooms, too. And they are pristine. And just like the gas pumps, there's, you walk into the men's room. I've never been in the women's. But you walk in the men's room.
Check it out later.
And there's 45 fucking urinals on one side.
Christ.
Tons of hand wash sinks. On the other side is however I haven't taken a shit in a Buc-cee's yet, but you see all the stalls over there.
I'm about to.
You're never waiting, dude.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. It's a wonderful, whimsical place to be.
I know. I've heard comedians and some other people on TikToks and stuff talk about it. They're like, you ever been to Buc-cee's? And it's like, no, I've never been to Buc-cee's. Like, you got to go to a Buc-cee's.
Yeah.
It's
a whole experience.
Let's go to a Buc-cee's.
And then the other thing, too, is
I've heard somebody who's like, compare it to going to Bass Pro Shop or a Cabela's or something. It's like, it's a Cabela's, a gas station.
Yes, it's exactly what it is. It's larger than life.
Right.
And then they're also one other thing to touch on. Their road signs are crazy because you'll see a billboard and it's straight black. It's got the fucking beaver head on it, and it's like, wanting some Buc-cee's? Look for us, or it's like ahead 162 miles. It's like, what the fuck?
162.
Yeah.
Nice.
They promote
they're prepping you.
Yeah.
They're prepping
where you can sit there and think oh shit, we got 400 miles to go on a road trip. Let's stop and piss and get a snack. And then in 2 hours we'll be at a Buc-cee's and then we'll do it right.
Right. Yeah.
Stop, piss, quick snack.
Smart.
Quick snack. Don't eat too much.
That's
no,
smart.
you don't.
Somebody really smart was like,
kids, you don't need too much because in 2 hours, next pee break, we'll be at a Buc-cee's.
Somebody's like, you don't tell them 20 miles out. You tell them 150 miles out.
Yeah.
150 miles out is 2 hours. So in that 2 hours, they'll be like, oh, we can go stop at Buc-cee's and have.
Really start to think about it.
And then that dad he's thinking about it. He's like, oh, I can stretch out. I can really walk around. I can the kids can walk around. We can have a moment so I'm not just focused on driving the whole time.
We got candy nuts and fudge and beef jerky and brisket and pulled pork and fucking
Yeah.
Like
some sewer rats in the back.
No, and cool shirts like this.
All right, the Buc-cee. I can't wait to try one out. I gotta do it someday.
Once they put the one in Dayton, we should just take a family, friends and family road trip.
Check it out. Yeah, record it, and we'll fucking have 10 million views. All right, Steve.
Yeah.
Did you have yourself a damn good time?
I did. Did you have yourself a damn good time?
I had myself a damn good time.
That's awesome, and we hope you guys had yourselves a damn good time as well. Be sure to click like and subscribe. Do all the stuff. We'll try and be as weekly as we can, but sometimes family happens. So,
cheers.
We love you guys. Love you, Cody. And we'll see you next time.
To the next one. Boogie, boogie, boogie. And you know she's there. yeah.
I'm going to keep it going just for that performance there.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.